Hi guys, how you doing? Well, it's a lovely Sunday afternoon. It's boiling hot. There's a slight breeze in the air here in the UK. I've got to say I am bloated after stuffing my face at lunch and a little bit sleepy now. And that often happens. Not long to the end of the competition, the tank build competition. Make sure you get your videos in on time. It ends on September the 10th, 12 PM GMT time. So you've still got a little bit of time to get those tanks in. Remember, you can win some beautiful stuff from Blood and Skulls Industry. But what are we here today to look at? Well, we're here to look at the Mechanicus figures that I've been building. And so yesterday afternoon, I spent the afternoon just sculpting the cloaks and adding all different bits and pieces to those 4 figures and the final figure that I showed you in the last video. So let's have a look. Oh, but first, before we do, well done to the guys that mentioned about the cogs. I managed to find all of this on eBay, and it comes in a nice lump of all sorts of different types of cogs and stuff like that, which is fantastic. Tons of little watch pieces that really add something to the characters. So pat yourselves on the back for that, guys. Great advice. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Now you can also get these from Base Crafts as well, because they sell a I think it's like a gothic punk or something along those lines, steampunk type style bits and pieces as well. So go give them a look as well. I'll put a link down the bottom. Anyway, so let's have a look at these guys. So we'll start with this one first, which is my communications character. I mean, this would take any old Mechanicus. I might use these as squad leaders and build up like different units, because after reading Tempest Fugitives and their bits and pieces, their update for the new rules, 6th edition, the Mechanicus rules, they're quite exciting. So let's have a quick look at this. So we saw the underbodies, the base molds or the basics that I used to dress the models with, and I think this has come out quite well. And I do apologise, this is bright red, it's ruby red Model Air by Vallejo, which is my basis, which I think is absolutely gorgeous and absolutely perfect for this as well. And plus I've got quite a yellowy light above me, so it does look orange when it shouldn't do. So I've used all bits and pieces to dress this. I sculpted the cloaks up and the hoods and then added other bits and pieces to it. My theme is John Blanche, and if you've ever seen any of John Blanche's work, it's very gothic looking. He loves his reds and golds, and this was my influence, and I've got to say I do love his work. So that was the first guy. That came out well, very well. I was happy with that. Here's the next one, and with this one I've used Commissioner Yarek's or Commissar Yarek's arm, and I've got the tendrils from the Necron. I can't remember what these are from, but they're on Necrons anyway, and they make fantastic little mechanical arms. As you can see with this one, the tubing goes straight into the mouth and covers his lower mouth, and the hood hides the rest. It's got a very sort of hunchback look about him, which is quite nice, and the mechanical arm is fed by this compressed air or canister on the back. And then what you've got here is it could be like a flamer attached to that, actually pumping out when he opens up the claw. Flames burst out. And then you've got this breathing apparatus just here, and like wires and tubes hanging off the side of it. So that came out okay. I was really excited about that. All in all, I've got to say this has been really exciting. I did start to doubt whether I wanted to do a Mechanicus army at one point, and then went, no, stick with it, dude, because you know you enjoy making stuff. So I have. This one I really love. It's like a Reaper. You know, like the hood hanging down, hiding the face, but you know the face is in there, which is quite nice. Then you've got this lovely arm, and this is a mixture of a Necron and a Terminator hand. The Terminator hand I got from a Grey Knight box set, because I like to collect sprues, because you never know what's going to be useful. And then he's got this like massive power pack on the back with like a exhaust there. And then you've got the plasma attached to his arm, and then you've got this huge spotlight that just sits above it. I thought it'd be too much, but actually looking at it, it is actually quite nice. And I love the hunch look, so he's like leant forward as he's sort of like moping along. I've ordered loads of other bits from eBay that I found from from like cogwheels and stuff like that, which I think would be quite useful. And then we've got this guy, which is my probably like a close combat guy. Again, he's got like a chainsaw, which is quite nice, 2 blades there spinning away. I've used the Chaos Terminator arm. He has a plasma pistol built into his arm, which is quite nice, so you can just point it and fire. And then he's got all sorts of bits and pieces hanging off there. The cloak's all ripped up as well, which is quite nice, and a little purity seal there. So you can see the face with a nice metal halo along the over the top of it. And then on his back he's got this like little plaque, so it's kind of like a religious thing. So you can imagine all like on here text written about the machine god on the back of there. And this will look pretty sweet. So that's the 4 that I showed you that hadn't been actually anything major done to them. It was just the core bodies. And then I sat down and got on with the final piece, which is the last piece that I showed you last time, which is the majors. Or I'm going to probably use this one as an adept, or like a character model. But I've got a feeling I'm going to rebuild a Archmagus, because even though I do like this one, there's loads more that I know I could have done. And once you start building stuff, you start thinking to yourself, well, I wish I'd done this and I'd done that. So this is where I got to. So I completely scratch built the arm, which is quite nice, using loads of little bits and pieces. Here we go, that's probably a little bit better for you. And the cogs look beautiful. I mean, they did add something extra to it. It does give it that steampunky look, I know, but it does actually add a little bit extra to it. And the arms, the mechanical arms coming out of there, little like warning stripes along the tube, have come out really well as well. And if we just bring this closer, there you go. And so I've added some text in there, and I thought it'd be data streams would be better coming down, sort of thing like that, like loads of 0-1s and stuff like that on there, even though they're just little straight lines. But you can imagine like it's like 0-1 0-0-0-0 1-1-0-0-0, whatever that is. And you've got like a little skull thingy bob, I forgot what they're called, floating along the top. And then you've got the porcelain face, which is just there. Now what I did was I painted it white, added some brown wash to it, highlighted it white again, and then just got a little pen and just coloured in the eye. And then that's been glossed a few times. This whole model's been varnished. And then I just added engine oil by AK Interactive along the cloak here and there, just to give it some more, and along the workings as well, to give it some sort of like gleaming look sort of thing. And I wanted it like to show that, you know, these guys are dirty, but you know, they're well oiled. And then we can see the cogs here on the arm. Now this arm is completely scratch built. I've used cogs, but I used like a piece of a gun in the inside because I don't think you're going to be able to see it. And it's just, I'll just get that in there. No, you're not going to be able to see it, but it's just inside. It was from a Valkyrie, and it's the section what the gun, where one of the door gunners connect to. One of the door guns connects to, which is quite nice. The back patch came out really well, which I'm really chuffed about because it's got a very oily, slick look about it, which is quite nice. And I've got to say that AK Interactive engine oil works out really, really well. I built up cogs for the top of the staff. I kind of put these random little cogs symbolising like planetary alignment, I think. That's what I was thinking when I was sticking them on, and they actually work quite nicely. And it's just a basic plastic skull cut in half. One side painted black, one painted white, and the same there. So you've got a black and the white in the back, and then the white and the black at the front there, and then white and black there, which has come out quite nicely. And if I bring that closer, so you can see inside the chest as well, it's got that sort of very shiny engine oil look, and there's a complete contrast to the porcelain white, which is very organic in look and style, to a very contrast hard edged metal body in the inside. So all in all, I'm very, very happy, but I'm going to rebuild a bigger and better Archmagus. And there's probably some sort of vehicle I can mount them on as well. But all in all, for the beginning of this, and again halfway through, I did start to wonder whether I want to actually commit to a constant total scratch built army. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to give it a go. Why not? There may be some things that I buy which I convert, but a lot of it's going to be like this. And I've also got these fantastic little cherubs as well, which I'm quite chuffed about. And these are from Puppets Wars, and you know, these will look really cool as I start to play around with them. So that's the beginning of it all. You can see where I'm going with it. I've hoped you all had a smashing weekend. I will see you very soon. Take care. See you later.